We've been out of school for 7 or 8 days, so I'm not sure I still have my teacher's voice, but we'll see. Good morning. With the reading being about tranquility and peace, my thoughts swirled around a topic that is gaining headway these days, mindfulness, thinking that this might be a way for us to attain tranquility and peace. So I looked into mindfulness, not just as a buzzword, I think today they say trending, but also what mindfulness is. I found a great source, and I will be assisted by quite a few of their words. Turns out it's not a phenomenon or recent invention, but rather a lot of things you've heard of that in combination can help someone to see the world differently, taking a different approach, and thereby be happier. None of these things are new, revolutionary, or astounding by themselves. Mindfulness is a way of handling or dealing with our ever more complex world in such a way that you don't get swept away with the tide or swirled down the drain, or any other expression that implies life is hard to handle and I need some help. Mindfulness offers practical ways to find focus, calm, and joy in every day. Who doesn't want that? Practicing mindfulness helps you develop a way of being that is clear, compassionate, and wise. I'd put that at the top of my resume if I still had one. Mindfulness research began in the early 90s and shows that you can change your default mental patterns through repeated practice. The repetition of mental training, in effect, rewires your brain so that you respond to situations in more appropriate ways than just automatically reacting out of habit. Being present, focused, and compassionate is not something you're born with or without. These are skills that can be strengthened and expanded, like learning a whole new set of exercises to deal with daily life. In their words, mindfulness is the new superpower that allows you to deliberately direct the beam of your attention instead of being tossed around by racing thoughts and turbulent emotions. It empowers you to choose your mindset and to shift how you relate to your experience so that you have less stress and more joy. Many people think that the practice of mindfulness is something you have to add to an already full schedule, or a special skill that only a few people can learn, or something that only works for people who already have a baseline personality of being calm. Instead, practicing mindfulness is about learning, bit by bit, how to train your attention to stay in the present, rather than chewing over the past or racing into the future. And not just stay in the present, but deal appropriately with whatever it is in the present so that it doesn't knock you off track. Mindfulness is the awareness that arises when we direct our attention on purpose toward our inner experience, toward others, toward the environment around us. But more than just focusing on your mind, it's about your mindset, how you view the world. Mindfulness reinforces a mindset of being open, receptive, accepting, and compassionate. The whatever it is could be some change in our environment, our interactions with others, or our personal space. Humans are designed and wired to react to changes. It's what's known as the fight or flight or freeze response, with absolutely no reference intended to the most recent temperatures. It means that we are more likely to feel stress than to feel balance, and more likely to think critical thoughts than positive, encouraging words of possibilities. Triggers might be resisting what life is handing you at the moment, or getting upset with things that are out of your control. Could we have a better example than this last week? We were hammered by weather, power outages, water shortages, on top of what already has been an incredibly stressful year. So, yes, it is a lot of work, but it is working on things that will improve you, and you work at your own pace. Here are 10 qualities of mindfulness that can not only guide you to mindful living, they can become part of who you are and how you see the world. Think of them as attitudes and mindsets that support and strengthen mindfulness. You all will probably find that you have some of these qualities already. Awareness arises when you are alert and awake to whatever it is in the moment-to-moment flow of your immediate experience. When you are present, you are aware. The beginner's mind is seeing things as if for the first time, with openness, receptivity, and curiosity. Seeing with fresh eyes can bring back a sense of wonder and awe to people, situations, and moments that have become ordinary, which then invites gratitude and joy. Acceptance is the capacity and willingness to see things as they really are. Acceptance sets the stage for letting go. Insight is the aha moment of clarity. Mindful awareness helps you see cause and effect in everything you do and helps you develop wisdom about how things work. Impermanence reminds us that nothing stays as it is. In nature, weather, our bodies, dang it, emotions, political systems, family dynamics. So connect, savor, and enjoy your life as it was and as it is in each moment. Equanimity, think composure, level-headedness, self-control, is being aware of whatever is happening without being swept away by it, good or bad. When you cultivate equanimity, life's everyday problems won't rock you and overwhelm you as much. Interconnection is a recognition that we are dependent on each other and an awareness of how we affect our habitat and those around us. Compassion is attending to the experience of suffering with the wish to alleviate it. Gratitude comes from directing attention to what is good with appreciation for it. Gratitude generates the sense of, I have enough, a springboard for generosity. Joy is a deep sense of well-being infused with delight. Mindfulness helps you recognize what brings you joy and what blocks it. That's the list I found. Who knows, there could be more. I think the essence of the practice of mindfulness is to be working to try and incorporate as many of these concepts as you can into your life on a daily, weekly, or at least a regular basis. To be aware of them and to actually practice them, to reinforce them in your day. I have made copies in case you would like one. Of course, to me, that all sounds pretty complex and way too many things to try and think about. Here's how I'm going to approach it. Picture 10 strands of the finest silk being woven into a fantastically beautiful and incredibly strong fiber. Each strand needs careful attention as you learn to build it into your mindset. For example, how to accept, to see things as they are rather than, why did you do that? Or what happens if... So I'll work on acceptance for a while and then expand my list. Maybe working on insight next, and so on. I feel that as you practice involving more and more of these pieces into your daily interactions and responses, weaving more and more strands together, you become that fiber, beautiful and strong, having a compassionate and wise life, enjoying gratitude and joy more and more every day. God bless you.